Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, Gervonta Davis said something very interesting today, and I wanted to address it because, you know what? I've heard this on a number of different occasions from Tank Davis, and I thought it was interesting. So let's go ahead and speak on it. He's saying that, Jay, all those ninjas, and he's talking specifically about Shakur Stevenson as well as Devin Haney. He's saying all those ninjas want to be like him, Jay. They want to be him. And I thought that was interesting, and I think it's something that I don't know, man. You know, if you're talking about from a fashion sense, right? Because this is where I think he initially said this, or at least I think this is what he was initially referring to. If you're talking about from a fashion perspective, right? You know, Devin Haney with the gold chains or the types of watches, or Shakur Stevenson with their swag and all that different stuff. If he's talking about that, I have to disagree with him, dog. Because, and the reason why I say that, bruh, is that all these young dudes are pulling from the same culture, right? They're pulling from the same influences. And they're all around the same age, dog. So what Tank likes, more than likely Devin's gonna like too, and so is Shakur Stevenson. They're all around the same age. What Shakur likes, Tank is probably gonna like, and Devin's probably gonna like to some extent, right? They may have differences in their overall flavor, but for the most part, it's the same culture and it's the same influences that they're pulling from. And I don't see Shakur, Tank, or Devin as trendsetters. They're not setting the trend from a fashion standpoint, right? So I can't subscribe to that theory. Now if he's saying that they want to be like him in the sense of boxing, where they're the headliners, where they are individuals that are really putting cheeks in seats, where they're driving and they are the face of boxing, well, absolutely, man, they want to be that. All those guys want to be that. That's what they aspire to be, and I think Tank is definitely on the quicker path there. Even if you don't feel that he's the face of boxing, you got to say he's at least one of the two faces of boxing, outside of Canelo Alvarez. So I do agree there, and you can tell just based by the way that Bill Haney and Devin Haney have behaved with Devin and Bill specifically, mostly Bill though, talking about Devin is now the face of boxing, it's the Devin Haney era and so forth and so on. That is a direct ploy. That is a direct pull from what Gervonta Davis team has been doing from a marketing perspective, and now he's trying to fit Devin Haney in that same lane. And I love it because I love what they're doing. I've said this of the Haneys before. Bill Haney is a hustler, and that is a good thing, to be a hustler to the level of Bill Haney. I have no issue with that whatsoever. And he's keeping Devin's name relevant, although I disagree. It's definitely not the Devin Haney era, and he's certainly not the face of boxing. But there's nothing wrong with him continuously putting that out there and pushing that narrative, because that's how you get yourself to the big dollars and the big pay-per-view buys and the big venues and become a household name. I have no qualms with him about that. So absolutely they want to be like Tank Davis in regards to being a pay-per-view draw. But from a fashion standpoint, man, I don't see it.
I mean, from a fashion standpoint, it's all about who wears it first, and then you can act like you're the main person when everyone's doing it. But if you're the first one to put it out there with a big name, you're going to be the ones, everyone's copying me. And that's not necessarily the case. Like you said, these kids nowadays, everyone's following the same fashion trend. You know, now if it's the same pose, if it's the same exact outfit or anything like that, then you can be like, okay, he might be biting the style. I mean, take it as a compliment in a sense, but you just got that fit before this person got the fit. Not like they were trying to bite you. They just like that style. Everyone's doing that. You know what I'm saying? So some of them wearing skinny jeans. You post something when you wearing skinny jeans. Now they wearing skinny jeans. Now they biting you. Nah, it's more about a fashion thing. Now, I think so. As far as much as anything, you want to be like Tank as far as being the popularity, the money. Hell, even the knockout power. Some of the things they could probably want to have that Tank has that they don't possess. Only they can't get the knockout power, but they can definitely try to become just as famous and definitely try to get the paydays I think Tank is getting by increasing their followers, just by increasing their performances in the ring as well. So I mean, as far as this fashion statement, I mean, we've seen some things like that. We've heard. I think I saw something a while back where Devin almost said he looks up to Tank a little bit there. So Tank just is definitely using that since Tank's feel like he's older of the three, and he's been kind of like the older big brother. He feels like he's automatically the one that they're always going to try to follow and try to copy. That's not necessarily the case. To your point about Bill Haney, hey, he's using something that everyone does. If you can't beat them, join them. In a sense, if it's working, I'm gonna do what they're doing. I'm gonna do it. Take a little bit what you're doing that's giving you success and kind of rebrand and twist it on my own. I can't be mad at that. That's just smart marketing. I mean, Tank's been using that branding. Hey, I'm the face of boxing. Who is he kind of opposing on that? Canelo, who's the top dog as far as money overall. I think that's diminishing for him, and I think that the gap is closing between him and Tank. So Tank is using that, saying he's the face of boxing because people are saying Canelo's face of boxing. So you go after the top dog. You start using their information. So now that's what Bill is doing, although they're way far off from being close to being the face of boxing, in my opinion, compared to where Tank is and Canelo are. But nah, just the fashion aspect, I don't get it to that much to that degree, even though they said that I guess Tank may have had 2 slits in his hair a while back before he grew it out. Devin did that as well. So there's some similarities, but nah, I'm with some of the stuff that Devin did say. Devin says he says everything, just fight. I want to see them fight. I don't care if they're trying to mock you or not. Just fight them right now. That's what I want to see.
When idols become rivals. When idols become rivals. He put that picture up there where Devin Haney was in the stands looking at his performance against Ryan Garcia. I know a lot of Devin Haney fans will come into the comment section and talk about, look at the path that Devin is laying out for himself. And that's true. Devin is putting up or adding to a resume that's going to put him into the Hall of Fame. That's not a lie. And and they may even try to argue that, from that regard, Tank want to be like Devin. And that's their prerogative to make that argument. I wouldn't necessarily make that argument, but it's their prerogative to make that argument that, Devin is setting a path that Tank would hope to follow. So, I mean, you never know. I mean, people can make that argument. That's perfectly fine if they want to make that argument.
I just don't see it as far as Tank trying to go that route, because Tank is going a route of a Floyd Mayweather in the sense that a belt doesn't make him. So he's not chasing legacy like that. Devin was chasing that to be undisputed. Devin was chasing that to get this belt at 140 and possibly try to become undisputed again. But I know he's talking about he just wants the biggest and best fights, a.k.a. he wants the biggest paydays. So that's not necessarily going to lead to a belt. So, I mean, that's why I'm like, Tank's not looking up. Tank didn't even like the fact that he's awarded and been elevated to the actual WBA full champion. He don't even like that neither. So, but we'll see.
Well, he was always the WBA champion, though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah. So, they took that super champion away from Devin Haney now, whatever it was called.
But it's interesting that you're saying that, Tank doesn't want to be the undisputed champion or anything like that, because we know that Terrence Crawford set the trend there. He was the first ever to become undisputed, and everybody want to be like him. You guys tell us what you think in the comment section. Don't forget that this video is brought to you by Born to Box Films from the good brother Curtis Scoons. www.borntoboxfilm.com. Don't forget that. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe as well. Until next time, peace.